Hello and welcome back to That's What She Said. My name is Mercy. I'm very excited today, mainly because today's episode is not the usual programming that we do. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. And what is it about? Who's the guest? Before I get to that, Mercy's Gyan for the day is here. You are what you eat. It's a cliche for a reason, right? The food that you eat has a big impact on how you think, feel, heal, and grow. In fact, studies show the nutrients in food can literally become a part of what makes up our brain. And as it turns out, those nutrients are definitely not available in that packet of chips or the cake that you eat every day. On today's episode, before I introduced my guest and also introduced the topic of the day, I have to mention that I've been following his work for quite some time, and actually, I don't think I've ever been this excited to meet a doctor. So let's welcome Dr. Santhosh to That's What She Said.
Thank you.
How are you, doctor?
Oh, I'm doing good.
So before we get into the topic, right, one thing that I'm curious to ask you is that you're a full-time doctor, you're a full-time practicing doctor, and now you're big on social media as well, and both are very demanding jobs. How are you doing this?
Oh, being a doctor is a very demanding job. Being on social media is not demanding
It's
at
not,
all.
of course, I think comparatively maybe not, right?
When you're a full-time creator, right, you have a lot of time to create stuff and to make it interesting. When I became a creator, all I had was 1 hour a day, and I had to make it interesting in that 1 hour a day. Now I have only 35 minutes a day.
Oh my God.
And I make it interesting in that. So
Must be difficult.
see, that's the whole thing. It's actually not very difficult when you do not have your whole day to waste on it. That's my whole point. So if you just have 1 hour to create something extremely interesting, and also the other thing is, I'm not a 21-year-old, right? I'm 44.
I get it.
So the way I can apply usage of time, knowledge and information is very different.
Right.
I probably am a lot more efficient.
Nice, lovely to know that. So, doctor, today we are going to be talking about food and mood, right?
Yep.
How the food that we consume affects our health, mental health, physical health, and our mood in general, right?
It's a fantastic topic.
Thank you. So tell me, since you've also gone through this whole weight loss transformation and everything, how has your relationship with food evolved over the years?
Before we go there, right, many people might be thinking, what is this food and mood? Okay, let
Right.
me tell you one thing.
Right.
Imagine solving a math problem when you're having diarrhea. Can you do it?
Illanale, I don't think I can
சரி
solve a math
நான் ரொம்ப
problem.
சிம்பிளா கேக்குறேன் 2+2+3 இது 7ன்னு சொல்லிருவீங்கல்ல
ஆமா,
அது
சொல்லிடு.
வயிறு அப்செட் இருந்தா சொல்ல முடியாது
கஷ்டம்
நம்ம 2+2 என்ன 5 அப்படிதான் நம்ம யோசிப்போம் see the simplest way to understand the impact which food can have is figuring out that journeys appear so long when your stomach is upset, right? So it starts there. It's just that we learn to manipulate it so well that we think, okay, the taste is good, so 30% of stomach upset I'll have and manage to do whatever I can, 70% at least.
True, yeah.
So food really plays an important role.
So how has your relationship evolved over the years? Like, for example, like, I think when I was in my college, right, like, I cannot have a meal without Coke. Like, every meal has to have a Coke with it, otherwise I don't even feel like I've had a meal. And like having Maggie in the middle of the night and stuff like that.
When skinny people say this to me, I get really upset. It doesn't look like you had a problem.
But
right?
like health-wise, I'm
Adala
seeing
othukku
changes, okay?
Okay, all right.
So I'm
Okay.
asking, how has it been for you? Like, what changes have you had to make, or how do you see food now?
Food now for me is like basically fuel, right? I love food. I cook food. I go that brutal that I visit the butchery, choose my meat, stuff like that. So as of now, compared to my past, right? So at some point of time, I've been 150 kilos.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. When I
Okay.
entered medical college, I was like, it's damn funny, right? So there's this weighing machine, and
Right.
everybody goes and stands on it, and the peon will say, 92 kilos, 64 kilos, 74 kilos. So I went and stood on it. The peon was looking at me and saying, "Sir, ERR cut, sir."
Oh my God.
The max weight was a 140 or 150, and I
Okay.
was more than that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So at that point of time, I had a completely horrible relationship with
Right.
food, because I thought food was so tasty that like you could just keep eating it and nothing will happen and you just feel happy.
Right.
Right? And when you don't have people telling you that, hey, you've become fat, bro, right? You know, you don't realize it.
Correct.
I don't tell anybody you look
Yeah.
fat, right? But I personally feel that if I had somebody telling me in a sensitive way that, hey, you're losing it, right? I wouldn't have struggled so much to overcome.
Right.
So what happened was I joined medical college, and medical college was a new experience, right? You meet new people, you're ragged a little bit. Our
Yeah.
ragging was not that bad.
Okay.
It was 97.
Okay.
It was not that bad, but still, if you're fat, and like seriously, I was really fat. I was like, not like cute fat and all, right?
get it.
was like, hey, let's make fun of that guy fat.
I get it. You're
Yeah.
very noticeable.
You're noticeable, and I'm 6'3", right? 6'2.5" and 150 kilos. You're
Right.
like, I don't think there's a personality like that, right? But I used to
Yeah,
be
he's
like that.
not someone you'll meet every day. Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened was the entry into new social situation. I started to plan my weight loss in a very non-scientific manner.
Okay.
Basically, I started to drink, thinking that some fellow told me, "Sir, சாப்பிடாம சரக்கு அடிச்சீங்கன்னா weight கம்மியாயிரும்."
Wow. Okay.
So I did that. I didn't eat. I completely cut my food. I ended up losing 60 kilos.
By
But
doing that?
Yeah. But
Okay.
for over a year or something.
Okay.
So there's a consequence for every action, right? So at the age of 18, I had an open surgery where my gallbladder was removed.
Okay.
Yeah, so my story of why I try to tell people what to do is like, I've suffered like anything, right? Just imagine at 18, you've lost all the weight, albeit in a really unhealthy manner.
Yeah.
And then you're in a hospital for 7 days. It was an open surgery, 7 days.
Right.
And you realize that what you thought will make you feel better is not really making you
True.
feel good.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a very tough time, and took me almost 10-15 years after that to get a grasp on
Right.
how to eat and stuff
Okay.
like that.
So that's been your journey. It wasn't
Yeah,
easy
that's
at
been
all.
like 10-15% of my journey. After that, a lot of stuff happened. That was I was 18 then. Now I'm 44 now.
Yeah, of course, there's
Imagine
been a
lot
lot.
lot of events.
Yes. Are there any specific food that are known to have an impact on your, on your mood? Let's say like during periods, they say you have dark chocolate, it enhances your mood.
Yeah, so basically any food which has some amount of sugar, right,
Okay.
will make you feel pretty good. Okay, so let's just simplify it. Okay, so you have carbohydrates, okay, basically, which are sugars. Then you have your proteins, okay, which are non-vegetarian, and your dals and your eggs and some yogurt and stuff like that. Then you have your fats, okay, which is your ghee, your egg yolks and all that. And then you have your fiber.
Right.
Fiber is there in a lot of stuff like millets or fruit or
Right.
vegetables, stuff like that. So just remember this, right? Carbohydrates generally make you happy,
Okay.
right? Proteins make you satisfied and full.
Okay.
Okay? Fats give you a constant source of energy.
Okay.
Fiber prevents you from eating faster sooner.
Okay.
So if you, based on your day,
Right.
if you know, right, okay, I have to work till 4 o'clock.
Right.
You can plan accordingly and eat it.
Correct.
So if you're coming back home at 4 and after that you really don't have a lot of work to do,
Right.
it makes no sense eating carbs.
Correct.
Then you should eat your protein, your fiber,
Okay.
and your fats so that you can work.
Okay.
Morning, if you have a heavy day, eat your carbs, right? So if you balance it like this every 6 to 8 hours, you make most of your day.
Wow, that's really interesting. Like, I don't think we think like that, right? But when you said it, it actually makes sense.
Yes.
You're like, yeah, that's true. Like, when you eat meat, you feel very satisfied. You're
I
like,
know.
yeah, I'm full. I feel good.
know.
Yeah. So, can you share some examples of mood boosting foods that people can easily incorporate in their diet?
So the mood boosting foods are the foods which you take which make you look amazing in front of the mirror.
Okay.
So if you're eating these foods and it helps you lose weight and get a six pack and look gorgeous, those foods are going to boost your mood like anything at any point of time.
But it's a long run, no?
Yeah. Human beings have to live for 80 to 100 years. Everything is a long run.
Yeah, true.
The problem is we choose our foods because we want to feel good. Oh, I'm going to meet this person. At least I need good food. Otherwise, I can't tolerate this person, right?
True.
Come on, that entire concept has to change. The whole idea that because food is accessible and easily manipulatable, to use it to control our emotions itself is an absolutely wrong thing. It is the exact version of buying a car for travel, right? You want to
Right.
go to the city here and there, but filling it up with different types of fuel, tuning it nicely, and using it for races on the main road. There is no way anything good is going to come out of it.
True,
You're
yeah.
going to crash somewhere.
Yeah.
That is, get a sickness
Yeah.
when it comes to this, or your car will be in extremely bad condition.
Of course.
Metabolic disease, diabetes, hypertension, stuff like that. See, you cannot use food to change your emotions this way.
Right.
The only way you can use food to have a positive effect on your emotions is, let me tell you, I've been fat in front of the mirror, right? If you look down and your belly is that big, right? You have a problem. I've been there.
Yeah.
Now I'm really, really lean, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any photos of my fat self.
Right.
I disliked myself so much,
Of course.
even though the food I ate made me feel so good, right?
Yeah.
I used to think, okay, let me have juice. You'd have heard, right? I say, don't drink juice.
Yes.
You know, the reason is somebody told me when I was 14 that drink a lot of juice, you lose weight. No, 16. So whenever I was hungry, I used to go to the juice shop. Earlier, like 95 to 2005, there were a lot of juice shops, right?
Right.
Not like these fancy shops. Annan's
The juice
கடை.
கடை. Yeah,
Grapes
yeah.
எல்லாம்
Yeah.
போட்டு சக்கரை போட்டு.
ஆமா. அதுவும்
And I
சக்கரை
used-
அப்படியே அள்ளி
ஓ,
கொட்டுவாங்க.
சக்கரை
ஆமா.
2 ஸ்பூன். நானும் அந்த ஜூஸை குடிச்சிட்டு இன்னைக்கு நம்ம டயட்ல இருக்கோம்.
True.
என்ன நினைச்சிட்டு 4 ஜூஸ் எல்லாம் குடிப்பேன். Little knowing that each glass of juice was some 800 calories. And within like just 4 juices, I used to have like 2,400 calories.
Wow.
See, I became 6'2" when I was 15. 10th standard
Okay.
இவ்வளோ tall ஆயிட்டேன். I was only 95 kilos. Right now I am 89 kilos.
Okay.
That time I was only 95 because I was playing some sport, this and that. Just like every other family, 11th, 12th நீ டாக்டருக்கு படிக்கணும், சயின்ஸ் எடுத்துட்ட, எல்லாம் விளையாடுறதெல்லாம் நிறுத்தினா. I gained 60 kilos in 2 years.
My goodness.
எப்படி?
crazy.
ஜூஸ்.
Choose, yeah.
ஜூஸ் சாப்பிட்டா வெயிட் கம்மியாகும். And I had good intentions. நம்ம ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் விளையாடுறது நம்ம நிறுத்திடுறோம். எப்படி நம்ம டயட் பண்ணி வெயிட் நம்ம ஒன்றும் கம்மி பண்ணலாம்டா.
I get it.
ஜூஸ், அந்த ஜூஸ் குடிச்சா நம்மளுக்கு பசியும் இறங்காது. அண்ட் சக்கரை வேற, அந்த கிரேப் ஜூஸ் புளிப்பா இருக்குமா, அதனால சக்கரை அதிகமா போடுவாங்களா, அது டேஸ்ட் வேற அருமையா இருக்கும். அதுல வேற நான் ரெகுலரா அங்க வாங்குவேனா, நான் போனனாலே எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிரேப் போடுவான், ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிளாஸ் வேற.
Yeah.
See, there are 2 kinds of people, right? The first kind is people who suffer
Right.
and who want everybody else to suffer so that they understand what they went through.
Yeah.
The other kind is people who suffer but want to make sure nobody else suffers, right?
Yeah.
The first kind gets even. The second kind gets it right.
Right.
I am just a guy who really struggled and suffered trying to get it right so that everybody can follow it.
I get it. I think when you were talking about the whole juice thing, right? I
Yeah.
actually got reminded of. So my husband went on this 11-day detox program. All right.
Okay.
Basically, what they gave was coconut water, and they gave lemon water with honey. That's all he was allowed to have for like 11 days. What are your thoughts on this? A lot of people are doing this. Is it even healthy to like? So when he came back, he lost around 6 kgs, but then he was very quickly put it back as well.
That's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Somebody who has no concept of nutrition does this. See, your body composition is not good. Okay, let's understand this. Say, let's take you. Are you okay taking you as an example?
Yeah, please.
So let's assume that your body weight is 50 kilos. All right? So if we split you apart like a pie chart, you're made up of lean mass and fat mass.
Right.
Lean mass is the cells in your body which you control using your brain.
Okay.
Which means those cells can use the food which you eat to produce energy which can help functioning of your body. That's called lean mass.
Okay.
Okay? That is your muscle, your bone and your organs along with blood.
Right.
We need more of lean mass,
Okay.
right? And less of fat, because when you go on a diet where you don't have any protein or fiber, you
Right.
might lose weight, but it will be equal lean mass and equal fat. Make sure that your body composition improves every time you lose weight.
Okay.
Your lean mass has to increase and your
Okay.
fat percentage has to reduce.
Right.
Going on such fasts, both will reduce at the same time. In the end, you won't feel healthy also. You'll think, என்ன இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு வெயிட் லூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அது நல்லா குண்டா இருக்கும் போதே நல்லா இருந்துச்சுரா சாமின்னு எல்லாம் நினைப்போம். அதுக்கப்புறம் போய் இட்லி கறி எல்லாம் சாப்பிட்டு you'll feel happy, satisfied, fulfilled and everything.
Yeah.
Takes 2 weeks to gain the weight.
I think, yeah, people need to listen to this because a lot of my friends have tried it and they actually want to go back to it. So I'm glad we spoke about it. This wasn't
let
in
them
my.
go back, right? See, my entire issue is not us using hacks.
Right.
See, the world only talks about the 10% of things which you don't have to take any effort for to change yourself.
Right.
If anybody wants to change themselves, right, eat correctly, the way I told you, the carbs, the protein and all that. Start exercising, lifting weights. Women lift weights.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, lift lot of weights,
Yes.
right? Lift lot of weights. Sleep well.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
And then, like, this is not advice, but meditating really helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these 4 things is 90% of your health.
Right.
Then the supplements, massage, wellness, holistic, stimulation, multivitamins, IV shots, all that is only 10%.
Correct.
But this is interesting.
Yeah.
Why would they pay somebody like me to tell them eat and sleep well?
True.
They'd rather pay me
Yeah,
to say
maximize on that.
carnitine 500 mg plus this supplement 250 mg. Take one in the morning, one at 10 o'clock, next one at 12.
Yeah.
They're very happy.
Yeah, that's true.
And they are being taken advantage of.
Yeah, that actually, brings me to ask you that question. Like, I actually wanted to ask about supplements as well. There are a lot of supplements out there that are easily available, right? Like for collagen or B12, D. I myself, without a doctor's prescription, I just randomly take vitamin D one day and I'm like, I'm feeling good. Or like, just take collagen or B12.
Vitamin D is not cocaine, man. You can't just take vitamin D and think you're going to feel good.
It's a very mental thing that,
Yeah.
okay, I took my supplements today because that's how it's become, no? There are so many brands out there that are easily giving away these things.
See,
Is it advisable?
you have to understand, you've been sold that idea.
Yeah.
Because look at the ads, right?
Right.
There's one person looking really sad and upset in their relationship, and a friend says, hey, இந்த மாத்திரை சாப்பிடு நல்லா ஆயிரும். And they take it and then they're in teas and looking fit and running, right?
Yeah.
And you feel that immediately.
True. But like, how good are these supplement medicines though? Like, are they even, can we take without a doctor's prescription, or like, how does it work?
Oh yeah, see, they are called over-the-counter
Right.
prescriptions, right? So that you can take it without a doctor's prescription. But the thing is, you don't need it. See, if you're eating food, you don't really need supplements. And most of the time, taking supplements is just our way of telling ourselves that we are doing whatever we can to take care of ourselves when we are not exercising or eating right.
Correct.
That's my problem with supplements.
Right.
If somebody is exercising, eating right, I'll tell you what happens. They stop taking supplements.
Right.
I used to take like lots of supplements. Over the last 5 years, I've stopped it one by one. I don't really need it.
Right,
The
because you're
supplements I
eating
take,
right.
would you like to know?
Yeah.
Vitamin D3 is extremely important
Okay.
because Indians have an enzyme, lack of an enzyme where we constantly lose it.
Right.
Omega 3, especially if you're eating only vegetarian food.
Yeah.
Collagen, like I take a lot of bone soup. If I'm unable to, I take collagen supplements, and I take a supplement called berberine.
Okay.
Berberine is a supplement which helps stabilize blood sugar.
Okay. Okay.
And then I take a supplement called carnitine,
Okay.
L-carnitine.
Okay.
That's primarily for post-exercise pain relief.
For healing.
Because I can't afford to be stiff, right? I have to operate every day, lifting weights in the morning and go to the hospital, and if I'm not able to move, it's an issue.
Right. Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Can choice of beverages, right, like coffee or herbal tea, what kind of effect do they have on our mood?
Oh, I love coffee.
I
Coffee
love
is
coffee
fantastic.
too.
Coffee is fantastic. See, I personally feel that coffee is great, tea is overrated.
Just because you like coffee? Is
No,
is
I
that why
love
it
tea
is?
too, but
Okay.
the research which has been coming out is showing that tea, that green tea, that herbal tea, that hibiscus tea,
Yeah.
that normal tea, 100 grams is 20 rupees or 30 rupees, right? This hibiscus tea, green tea, like 300 grams is, one thing I saw, $420. It's totally not worth it.
Okay. But do they have any impact on our mood? Because, like, once
The
my
person
friend
you're
told me-
drinking the tea with will have much more impact on your mood than the actual tea. So rather than
told me
spending
you
time
need
on the
to-
tea,
Yeah, someone told me that you need to take some jasmine tea for your anxiety or something
no,
like that.
that person just has to change the people she's hanging around with. He or she is
That's
hanging
me,
around
probably.
with. Yep, do it. Yeah, maybe jasmine smell does because.
It's calming, I guess.
Yeah, but,
yeah.
and there are perfumes also, right?
Of course,
But
yes.
jasmine tea. So the antioxidants. So green tea has been touted to have a lot of
Right.
antioxidants, right?
Right.
But if you compare it with common things like ginger or tulsi or pudina,
Yeah.
it has like 5% of the antioxidants of all of these.
Right.
So
It's
அதுக்கு
all the
புதினா டீயே
marketing
போட்டு
then.
குடிக்கலாம்.
Correct. It's
ஃப்ரீ பஞ்ச் ஃப்ரீயா கொடுக்குறாங்க
ஆமா, actually.
கடையில அதுக்கு எதுக்கு 300 ரூபாய் கொடுத்து கிரீன் டீ வாங்கணும்?
True. We have to talk about when we also spoke a lot about sugar intake and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of products these days that call themselves as no sugar, right? But then when you actually read the ingredients, there will be artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. Do you think like something like coconut sugar or stevia and stuff is better than sugar?
Coconut sugar and stevia are two different things.
No,
But
they are
let
like
me
the
tell you
alternatives. That's why
story,
I
right?
mentioned, yeah.
So I try to find new sweet foods on Amazon which don't have sugar.
Okay.
That's a pastime I have.
Okay.
So like when I prepare content on say Nellika, I just prepared a Nellika. I say, oh, so many antioxidants. Oh, vitamin C to this level. Okay, let's get
Right.
Nellika. And then I went and searched on Amazon for sugar-free Nellika, right? And so I just ordered like 5 or 6 brands. All of them they said sugar-free. So anybody who's like buying sugar-free stuff from Amazon, right? They put sugar-free, and then I saw it's concentrated apple juice. I'm like, what the
Exactly.
hell?
Yeah.
Like, I got conned, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
check each and every photo of like how many calories, how many carbs. I was like, wow, fantastic. There's no sugar, but okay, natural. Then I thought something they're adding, or it's doesn't really taste sugary. But when I
Right.
tasted it, it was so good. I immediately opened it and saw that they would apple juice concentrate.
Oh my God.
So you really need to check labels
Right.
because everybody's out to make you unhealthy.
True.
See, if you're not happy with your appearance in the mirror, see, I go back to it again and again because I know how I felt when I was not proud of my body, when I was alone, and I know how I feel now. Trust me, when
Yeah.
you have the first thing, you really don't need hollow, empty stuff to keep fulfilling that narcissistic satisfaction you need.
Right. Right.
Right?
Very well said. Yeah.
So there are productive narcissists
Yeah.
and there are psychopathic narcissists.
Correct.
And it's interchangeable.
Right.
It's your actions,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So a productive narcissist finds out actions which require work per unit time and actually puts in the action to do something productive and then feel good about him or her.
Right.
Psychopathic narcissist will either put others down or find hacks
Yeah.
to feel good.
Right. Right.
So, like, I would brutally tell everybody first, get to a place, if you can, to feel proud of the person you are when nobody is watching in front of the mirror.
That's so true.
That will change the entire way anybody can really manipulate you.
Right.
Because you're a person who's consistently kept small promises you made in secret to yourself for a very long time.
Right. Right. That's so true, actually. Yeah. So, coming back to that, like, what do you think? Do you think the alternatives are better than sugar, though? If we have to, let's say, on my everyday coffee, do
Yeah.
you think instead of sugar, jaggery is better, or is it both?
So, see, if you have a good body composition and you're not overweight, please have your jaggery or your sugar. Okay.
Okay.
There's no need to reduce it. If you want to lose weight and change your body composition, the best thing to cut would be sugar.
Right.
Because if it's sweet, you eat more.
Yeah, that actually, like me and my sister, both of us have this issue, I think. After every meal, we crave for something sweet.
Hey, skinny people again and again saying issues. Both of you are seriously, right?
Issue, but I'm saying this happens.
No.
Is it
I'm not
a
accept-
problem, doctor?
இப்படி வா வலிக்கு.
அப்படி
It's
சொல்லுங்க.
not a problem. It's not seen as a visual. It's not physically a problem.
Yeah.
But we struggle with this.
Yeah, we
down.
do. so why don't you please tell us is it starting to some gut issue or something like that? Because this is a very recent thing.
See, generally when we want sweets, you probably are deficient in some important vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
It could be that.
Okay.
Or you're not happy with the meal you ate.
Oh, really? I don't think so. Maybe the mineral vitamin thing, I think so, because after having a great meal
Or
also,
you're
I
just
feel like
greedy.
having some.
Or you're
that
just
also.
the simpler human explanation would be you're just greedy.
Probably I want more. I'm like spicy mudichachu, next sweet. Cool. What are your thoughts of intermittent fasting? Lot of people have started to do that now. People are skipping breakfast. But when we were growing up, right, like we were told not to skip breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right?
Yeah.
But now people are skipping breakfast, direct lunch, and
So breakfast doesn't mean the meal we eat in the morning. It's when we break your fast, right?
right.
See, I personally feel that, like, when you read history of India, we used to eat just one meal a day
Okay.
in the past. Probably because we were not very well-to-do and we were
True.
slaves for a long time, and whatever they offered, we had to eat.
Yeah.
Definitely, if they were not giving us idli in the morning and saying, go to work in the fields and come for lunch, have some biryani, now go back. Okay, dinner for you, fruits and veg. No.
Yeah,
One
sure
meal
not.
they used to give it, they used to ask us to work, right?
Correct.
And trust me, you go and see videos of 1950s and 1960s, right? Actually, malnutrition was a problem.
Right.
Now, obesity is a problem. Okay?
True.
So I really feel that we're eating too much. So I would strongly advise everybody to start eating only when they are hungry.
Right.
So what is when you're hungry? Would you eat boiled broccoli now? Which means you're not hungry. There will come a point of time when you'll say, okay, boiled broccoli.
Give me something.
Something, right?
Correct.
So nobody knows that actual feeling of hunger.
Right.
I didn't. I thought I had to eat at 8, right? Because
Yeah.
psychologically, ஸ்கூலுக்கு போற சாப்பிட்டு போ.
Correct.
சரியா? ஸ்கூலுக்கு போ, நல்லா குண்டாதான் இருக்க, ஒன்றும் ஆகாது உனக்குன்னு சொல்லி அனுப்பிச்சிருந்தாங்கன்னா நம்மளுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரைக்காக இருக்கும். சரியா? நானே 11th ஸ்டாண்டர்டில் நானே 110-130 கிலோ இருந்தேன். எனக்கு எதுக்கு பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட்டு? Because it all starts from a young age, right? What you're told.
Right.
Because you also miss your mom after a time who told you eat and go. And when you eat, there is some link to it.
Yeah.
So we need to see if you have to change yourself and change how you want to feel like. Not at that moment.
Yeah.
At any moment when you stop and think back at what you have achieved. Are you happy?
Correct.
To get there, we need to go inside ourselves and sort out all the demons.
Yeah.
And listen, your demons are your demons, right? My demons are mine. We need to sort it out.
Yes. Yeah.
And there
Nobody
is-
will come
and-
and sort it for you.
No one's coming. That's my favorite test line now. No one's coming to help you.
Yeah.
No one's coming to wake you up.
You're by
No
yourself.
one's coming to give you a job.
Yeah.
Move your ass.
True. These are all like taking me back to like some such simple things, right? We
Yeah.
think probably there should be something to it, but then it's not. That's what I feel. From all the answers that you're giving, I feel like maybe I know this already.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Cool. I think so. Mine is primarily a very relationshipy podcast, right? So we have to talk about your partner.
What is the relationship? Okay. Yeah.
Do you and your partner have a healthy routine together? And I know you guys are in a long distance relationship.
No, she just had her second daughter.
Okay.
So she's in Finland now.
Okay.
They're coming back in April.
Okay. So how are you managing this time? Like, are you guys keeping your health at check?
My wife is a well-rounded, mature adult who can take care of herself. And like,
No, but did you guys?
we've been together for 9 years now. We're entering into our 10th year.
Nice.
I know not to give her advice about like, I am doing this. You want to join me? Please, you're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, but when she was not postpartum, she used to work out a lot.
Okay.
Right, like she was probably the one who used to exercise more than me in our relationship for most part. No, she's pretty fit.
That's nice. Are there any qualities that you picked it up from her that has helped you in your health journey?
Oh yeah, like she likes to eat really, really clean.
Okay.
So like a lot of salads, see in Tamil households, right? The maximum you'll have is parpu keera.
Amma.
Like in their house, there'll be a bowl of just greens, bowls of just chopped tomatoes, right?
Okay.
And then I realized that you really don't have to make tomato tokku to enjoy it.
Correct.
Oh, okay. And again, the produce we have here is very different from the produce in Europe.
That's true.
But still, our food is also pretty good, man. It's just that we over process it
Cook
even
it
at
also.
home,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
See, ஒரு simple example சொல்லட்டா, சிக்கன் கிரேவி பண்ணுங்க, சரியா? வீட்லயே சிக்கன் வாங்கி சிக்கனை மின்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த சிக்கன்ல மைதா போட்டு மைதால லேஸ் போட்டு சீஸை கிரேட் பண்ணி அதுக்கப்புறம் பெப்பர் போட்டு பெப்பருக்கு மேல திரும்பவும் ஒரு லைனிங்கை போட்டு அதை ஒரு நல்ல பெருசா வச்சு கொஞ்சம் பிரெட் மேல போட்டு வறுத்து சாப்பிட்டா என்னமா ஆக போகுது? இட்ஸ் ஹாரிபிள், ரைட்? ஸோ கீப் ஃபுட் சிம்பிள். மசாலால ப்ளே பண்ணுங்க, அதுல கேலரிஸே இல்லை. எண்ணெய் கம்மி பண்ணுங்க. எண்ணெய் கம்மி பண்ணாலே போதும். வீட்டில் செய்கிற பிரியாணிக்கும் கடையில் செய்கிற பிரியாணிக்கும் எவ்வளோ டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் தெரியுமா? வீட்டில் செய்கிற பிரியாணி 100 கிராமில் 9லேருந்து 12 ml தான் இருக்குமா ஆவரேஜாக. ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆஸ்க் மதர்ஸ் ஹூ மேக் இட் ரைட், நீங்கள் 4 பேருக்கு நீங்கள் பண்ணுறீங்கன்னா எவ்வளோ எண்ணெய் நீங்கள் போடுவீங்கன்னா 40 ml சொல்கிறாங்க. சரியா? ஃபார் 4 of them to eat, 40 to 50. In stores, it's around 150 to 200 ml.
Wow, that's a difference.
Yeah.
That's like more than half.
Because there, they fry see, when there's a lot more oil, things fry faster.
Yes.
More surface area to fry.
True.
நம்ம வீட்டில் ஜாலியாக ஸ்லோவாக சமைக்கலாம்ல. And another great way is to use the air fryer for the pre-cook and add it to the gravy.
Correct. Yeah, that can be done.
Oh, it almost reduces 30% of your calories.
My air fryer has been sitting in one corner for a very long time. I think it's time to take it out after this conversation. Let's move to the myth or fact.
Okay.
I'm going to be giving you a sentence and you can tell me if it's a myth or a fact.
Okay.
All right? Warm water with lemon in the morning detoxifies your body.
Bullshit. Forget myth or fact. I'm going to say option 3. Like, this one statement has conned more than, if there are 8 billion humans in the world, sales of lemon has increased because like 4.5 billion humans think
including
that it is
me,
this.
that's one of
and
myths.
You know what my mom used to do? She used to have a biryani on Sunday, and the next day morning she used to have warm water and lemon juice. She only gained weight for 20 years. Nothing happened.
God.
So the whole issue with all this is, it might be some good in it, right? But the reason why it has to be like thrown away is it gives something of a compensation. I did this, so I'm doing this. I'm taking an action against it, but it's really not an action.
Okay. Lying down right after you have a meal can cause acidity.
Absolutely, don't do that.
Okay,
don't do that. That's because, see, we have sphincters everywhere, right? வாயிலிருந்து தொண்டைக்கு ஒரு sphincter, தொண்டையிலிருந்து வயிறோட என்ட்ரிக்கு ஒரு sphincter. When you generally, people who eat light will not want to lie down, right? You know who will want to lie down? There'll be a sofa at home or a recliner. They'll come home late at 2:30, eat one big anda of rice, nehi, ghee, all fried chips, gips. Then you'll feel like, I want to sleep.
Right.
You'll lie down.
Okay.
What happens is your food just rises up.
Okay.
And slips through the sphincter, especially the oil, and starts to burn you.
Okay.
That's not good. So the best thing to do is to go for a walk after a heavy meal. 10 to 15 minutes walk.
That was another one that I was going to ask. Walking right after a meal, is that all right?
Yeah, walking right after a meal in the sense, take a 2-minute break and walk.
2 minute only?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
You
fine.
don't have to it's not like swimming and all. I have to wait for 90 minutes to just get up and walk.
Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
Nope.
Doesn't. Okay. Eating late at night causes weight gain.
Calorie excess causes weight gain. Eating at night is one of the easy ways to increase your calories. See, sometimes, for example, I eat just one meal. So I eat it at 11 o'clock in the night.
Okay.
I don't gain weight.
Okay.
The problem is when you eat at night after 11 or 12, it's probably outside. It's probably ordered food.
Correct. And it's about what you eat then.
Yeah, very much.
Okay. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs.
Yeah, brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs by say like they have 5% more of the micronutrients and like 10% more of some omega-3. And yes, their yolks are oranger, but if you buy 2 white eggs, you get 1.8 times the nutrition of one brown egg, right?
Okay.
So it really doesn't
matter.
Make sense unless you like the brown color. Anyway, you're not eating the shell, so what's the problem?
Yeah. Red wine makes your skin glow.
Yeah. Maybe after a lot of red wine, others' skin appears glowing to people who drink it. So the thing is, I'll tell you where this comes from. So red wine has antioxidants,
right.
and it also has resveratrol. Resveratrol is a compound which has shown to have a lot of role in anti-aging, changing the length of our telomeres. Okay, It's just
Okay.
too much.
Okay.
But in order to get that amount of resveratrol, you'll have to take a lot of red wine.
Okay.
You'll be fully mub all the time. So, like, see, alcohol in no form is good, right?
True.
I'm absolutely okay. You want to drink alcohol, but don't give me the crap that I'm drinking it because I want my skin to glow.
Yeah.
You want to
right.
get high? Okay, drink it, man.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. But
Yeah.
don't lie to yourself
Correct.
or lie to others.
Right.
Because if you do that, how will you stop?
True.
You won't stop, right? You'll just find new lies. See, anything about alcohol, that alcohol is good, right? Yeah, so how much should I drink for that? That quantity will be that you will get liver failure in 10 years. What's the point of having a glowing skin when you have liver failure?
Exactly,
So-
correct. Okay, you should always complete a course of antibiotics even if you feel better.
If the doctor prescribes it, yes.
Even if you feel better, you have
Yeah.
to finish
Yeah.
the course.
Yes.
So that's a fact.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. You can cure a hangover by having a greasy meal.
Oh, no. You can't cure a hangover.
Okay.
Hangover is consequences of action you pay for the fun you had the previous night. Okay? Why do you want to not pay the consequences of your action? Imagine, this is coming from a guy who has all the information to do it, and I tried to do it for 5 or 6 years of my life.
Right.
Nope,
Doesn't work.
doesn't work.
Microwaving food removes its nutritional value.
Nope. How? Just think about it. No. How will it remove? Pow, that microwave is sending some microwaves inside and causing some vibration and heating up the food, okay?
Yeah.
Then what to do? How to eat food, it seems. Keep it under the sun or what? Come on, man. No, it doesn't. See, there's actually no valid research. See, all this is just some statements taken by somebody who doesn't understand research, and they present it in such a beautiful manner.
True. Cool. The last of myth or fact is drinking a glass of warm milk helps you sleep better.
Drinking a glass of warm anything helps,
Okay.
but I don't think milk has any compounds like melatonin or something like that,
Okay.
which has a scientific reason. I'm not really sure. Some fruits, vegetables which have tryptophan. Okay, there is a chemical called tryptophan. If you take drinks which have that, tryptophan can form melatonin, which helps us to sleep.
Okay.
Banana peel is one of them.
You can eat them?
No, make tea and drink.
Oh.
No, you can eat them if you want. It's completely up to you. It has a lot of fiber, but it might
Okay.
not be very tasty.
Okay. Banana tea.
Banana
nice.
peel tea,
Interesting.
not banana tea.
Banana peel tea. Yeah, that's what. All right. With that, myth or fact
Oh,
has
thank
come
you.
to an end. And the last segment is Ask Dr. Santhosh Jacob.
Yeah.
The first question is from Velu. What is the scope of sports medicine as a career for youngsters?
Basically, if you're going to be a doctor, it's going to be really tough, right? Sports medicine has a lot of scope, but you have to understand that you'll always be in competition with orthopedic surgeons. So
Right.
it's orthopedic surgeons can also be sports
Sports,
surgeons and sports physicians like I am. I'm an orthopedic surgeon,
Yes.
basically, and I'm super specialized in all that. Sports medicine is just that you cannot do surgeries, but you can treat sports injuries
Right.
by injections maybe, or
Physiotherapy and
medications.
stuff.
It's like a physiotherapist who has understood orthopedics really, really well, but can also use medications and other interventions. So the scope is good, but it's an upcoming field.
Right.
So work hard.
Okay. The next one is from Mubin. How to delay biological aging?
Oh yeah, that's damn easy, right? Lift weights, build muscle, don't eat crap, eat healthy, reduce alcohol, reduce refined sugars, eat carbohydrate, eat fruit, reduce your cakes and your biscuits and stuff like that. Have a lot of fiber, sleep well, play in the sun, interact with your family.
Lovely. We'll move on to the next one. This is from Saranya. Thoughts on oil pulling. Does it really help in dental hygiene?
Yeah, there is some research that it could be good, but there is nothing solid to say that it's like it works or something. But I don't see any reason why not to do it.
Okay, it's fine.
It's just and taking it out,
Yeah.
not really losing anything.
Right. Okay, the last one is actually, this is from my husband, Niket. Is soda bad for health? He loves his sodas, and I keep telling him not
Soda
to
with
drink
vodka
sodas.
or whiskey is bad for health.
Just
Yeah.
sodas.
Fresh lime soda with sugar is also bad for health.
He
but
drinks
only soda
sodas.
is okay.
It's fine?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
So my wife's family, right? So the first time I went to visit them, I asked for water and I bought a lot of water from the supermarket. Then I realized, Bucky, everything they call water is soda.
Soda, yeah.
They only drink soda.
Sparkling water.
No, sparkling
right?
water. Yeah, sparkling water.
Yeah.
Soda, right? It's soda for us.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I tried to research stuff trying to prove to them that it's not really healthy.
Right.
Apart from acidity, I couldn't really find anything which makes it unhealthy.
Okay, but
So if
acidity also is a problem.
Yeah,
Right?
so if somebody has acidity, avoid soda.
Okay.
It's a very simple thing, right? Otherwise, see, it's not going to increase your body weight because
Okay.
it's just water.
Okay. Okay.
So please let him drink soda.
Fine. Oh wow! I think this is like the best reassurance you would have to get.
Have you heard of sarcopenia?
No, I haven't.
Okay, fantastic. It's Sarcopenia.
Okay.
Sarcopenia is a condition which everybody who's watching this video is going to get.
Oh my god.
It's basically the natural loss of your body muscle as we age.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah? So as you age, you would have all heard that, oh, you're already 40. Why are you lifting weights? Go walk, go cycle, right? That's the absolute worst advice if you don't have any cardiac issues or renal issues or anything like that. After 40, sarcopenia starts to hit you where whether you like it or not, every year you're going to lose muscle. And in order to prevent that, you have to lift heavy. So if you're 30 and you're deadlifting like 100, okay, 30 kilos, make sure that you are increasing it.
Every year.
Especially as women,
Okay.
you you're more susceptible to sarcopenia than men because you don't have enough testosterone.
Right.
And somehow women think that like miraculously when they lift 10 kilos in their biceps, they'll start to look like Sebum or Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And so they're like, dog, I'm only lifting 7.5 kilos. I'm like, why? Like, so just lift weights only because sarcopenia is otherwise going to hit you.
Okay.
And also another thing, the only way you can make sure that you don't lose brain cells is by having enough muscle which the brain practices control with.
Okay.
So, okay, let's finish with this. How do you tell that this person appears older than they look? Have you thought about it?
Yes. Yes. A lot of people do look older than their age, right? And some people actually don't look their age.
Do you know why?
No.
If somebody has a beautifully made up face, right, but they get up like they're 80, you immediately know that, oh, they look so much older for their age.
Correct.
When somebody actually looks older, but they move like a young person,
Right.
we think otherwise.
Correct.
So it's about movement, not appearance.
Okay. Okay.
So if you want to look young, right, build muscle, because when you have more muscle, you're going to move like somebody who has that percentage of muscle.
Right. Right.
And your brain is going to work like somebody who has that amount of muscle, which is generally a young person.
Got it. That was really, really informative. I wouldn't have known this otherwise.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Doc. I think it was lovely, lovely having you
Same
here.
here.
And I think, I don't know about everyone, I learned a lot. When the episode will be out, I'm sure they are going to learn a lot as well. It was lovely talking to you. And with that, it's time for us to leave. And like I always say, be good and do good.